Okay, so here we are again with another test drive review of the Konova slider. This time it's a renewed Konova slider. Carriage has been improved. It used to be I think 2 or 3 bearings, and now the new Konova slider has 4 bearings. How does this work? What kind of a difference does that make in practice? Well, of course, the only way to find out is just go ahead and use it. So I went out and did pretty much the same setup to try out the slider. It was very smooth, as was the 3 bearings ones. As far as functionality is concerned, it was hard actually to notice much of a difference between the former Canovas and these ones. I do think, however, that it's a good thing that they upgraded the card to these extra bearings, because I think it makes the product more durable. And considering there's a lot of pressure on the bearings with all the camera movement, the more bearings you have, the more solid the product you have, the more solid the slider is. I also tried out to see if this would make the slider more steady at the long end of the lens. It didn't really make that much of a difference. This time I played a little more with the friction. I tried different types of friction to see how it would influence the picture quality or the sliding quality. You probably have to stay somewhere in the middle, not make it too loose, because you can get the slider to roll very smoothly, but it produces a little more slack and therefore might produce more shaky shots. But so you can tighten it up a little bit more than you think, because the weight of the camera will push the slider to be smoothly anyway. But for this test, I also tried to see what would happen if I removed the tripod head. I removed the tripod head and placed the EX1R on a Manfrotto quick release plate. So the camera was basically connected almost straight onto the slider. And I thought, because it would have a lower center of gravity, it would influence the picture quality when zoomed in all the way. Well, surprisingly, it didn't really make that much of a difference actually. So I would advise against taking off the tripod head for obvious reasons of composition and not being able to get the type of shots you want as easily compared to having the tripod head on. So overall, I think it's the Konova slider works as beautifully as ever, and as far as functionality is concerned, it doesn't make that much of a difference if you have 3 or 4 bearings. But I do think they're improving on the product, they're making it more durable, and that in and of itself is a good thing. So I think the Konova slider, a good product, now even made a little bit better.